Welcome to the lift operations team at Mountain Creek. This video was designed as a visual aid to provide insight for the many jobs that each of us are responsible for at the resort. At the end of the video, there will be an opportunity to ask questions. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Ticket checking. Ticket checking is perhaps one of the most important jobs at the lift. It is your responsibility to ensure that every guest has the correct pass each time they come to the lift. Always be polite when asking to see their pass. Touch each pass every time you check it. This will confirm that it is properly attached. Everyone must have a valid pass, even other resort employees. And soon you will begin to notice people having their passes before being asked. Should you find a guest without a pass, ask them to step aside and have a chair lead assist them from this point on. Remember, never argue with a guest in the situation. Chair loading. The most common problem is accidentally crossing their skis with their routing partners. Don't panic. Most of these situations can be fixed without having to stop the lift. Talking to each guest as they approach the loading area will help put them at ease. Remember, they're counting on you to get them on the chairs safely. So be sure to take control of your area. Ski patrol. Occasionally, the ski patrol will need your help in loading the toboggan or sled. Normally, they will leave the sled at the wait here board and slide out onto an empty chair. We will shut the lift and a patroller will instruct you how they would like the sled loaded onto the chair. After you have loaded the sled, you must call the top attendant and inform them on the chair number the patroller is on. The top attendant will stop the lift when the patroller arrives and assist them in offloading the sled. There are some patrollers that will actually carry the sled to the chair with them. Therefore, you will not need to stop the lift. Also new this year, the Ski Patrol has purchased new sled loading devices, which will make stopping the lift unnecessary. This new device was not available at the time of filming. Maze setup. This is something that happens every day at every lift and is extremely important. The maze help us keep an orderly flow of traffic to the lift at all times. It also helps us to speed the ticket checking process, as well as the loading process. The first time you set up a maze, it may be a little difficult, but over time it gets easier. Your supervisor will help you the first few times and will show you the proper placement of the stanchions. If you forget, don't worry. Each lift shack has a diagram on the wall. There are a few important things about the maze setup you should remember. First, always bury the feet. This prevents damage to our guests' equipment. Next, be sure the correct lean markers are where they should be. Also, check to be sure the sniffle station is ready for the day. And finally, make sure the daily info board is updated with the correct information. Ramp care. Do you ski or snowboard? If so, you know how nice it is to have it smooth enough, wide enough, and long enough ramp to allow you to enjoy using the lift. Proper height, width, and length are laid out at each loading and unloading station. Your supervisor is there to help, so don't be afraid to ask. Remember, asking questions can be one of the most effective ways to learn. Touch screen. The screen that matters most to you is a general screen. This screen will give you all the information needed to know what is going on with the lift. You will be able to tell how fast the lift is going, the wind speed and direction. And on those rare occasions when the lift stops, you will be able to tell who or what stopped it. There are 3 types of stops: emergency stops, service stops, and normal stops. Emergency stops. These stops are reserved for situations where the lift needs to be stopped in a matter of an extremely short distance. We will seldom use this stop. However, there are built-in safety features on the lift that may engage an emergency stop automatically. To see a list of emergency stops, press the touchscreen selection marked Menu. Then, touch the selection marked Emergency Stop. You will then see a list of possible reasons for a stop of either station when an emergency stop has been activated. Service stops. Just like emergency stops, service stops have a touch screen that will show you a list of the different types of service stops. This screen is accessed the same way you would view the emergency stop screen. Service stops are caused by monitored systems within the computer that actually runs the lift. Lift maintenance personnel will also use this type of stop from time to time. Normal stops. This is a most common type of stop. It represents all the stop buttons, safety gates, and quite a few other stops. This touchscreen is accessed the same as all the others and also has a list of normal stops. Using this stop button is recommended as a primary way of stopping the lift. Remember never to compromise safety. This means yours and that of our guests. CIS button and screen. The chair indicating system feature allows us to identify a chair as it leaves either station and gives us the ability to monitor its progress along with the lift line. This may seem useless now, but when you need to send something or someone up or down the lift that will need attention when it arrives, you'll appreciate having the alarm to remind you. You activate this feature by pressing the button marked CIS as the chair is leaving the loading or unloading station. To be sure the chair is marked, access the touchscreen labeled CIS. This will show you where the carrier is along the lift line. Alarm screen. Accessing this screen gives us the ability to see what caused the last 15 stops of the lift. This function is primarily used by the maintenance department. However, we will use it occasionally to see if there are any problems with the self-monitoring system. Inside pedestal. If you listen closely, you will hear about all the types of stop buttons, reset buttons, and signal buttons involved in operating the lift. Each control has 4 settings: low, medium, neutral, and fast. Chair runs in neutral to slow the chair down. Turn it to medium to slow the chair down. To slow it down further, go to low. To slow it down to almost a stop. To speed the chair back up, you bring it to neutral. Give 2 clicks to fast, and it will speed your chair back up to its normal speed. This is a stop button. It is used to stop the chair. Push it in. It will stop the chair. To reset it, you must pull it back out. This is the emergency stop. To be used in an emergency if the chair rolls back. Operates the same way. Push it in to operate it. To reset it, you pull it back. This is the reset button. It's pressed to clear any stops that are made when the chair stops. This is the ready button to signal that you are ready to restart the chair. And this is a signal button to signal the top operator you are ready to start the chair. These 3 lights are for emergency stops. Service stop or stop, and indicates what type of stop you have and which switches you need to check. Skier approach area. Besides talking to guests as they arrive at the loading area, we have provided signs to help them understand what to do. First, they will see a "Please wait here" sign at a safe distance from the loading area. There is a sign that instructs the rider to prepare to unload. Once at the unloading ramp, there is a sign that says "Unload here." It is important to understand these signs are meant to assist the guests and are not a replacement for your verbal instructions. Orchestrating. This person is responsible for keeping the flow of uphill traffic smooth, orderly, and consistent. Remember, we are in the ski business, and the idea is to get as many people up the hill as safely and as quickly as possible. You will encounter times when people will not want to be grouped with other people. We recommend letting them know the ride uphill is very short at the speed at which our lifts operate, and they will be able to get more runs in. This does not always work. So to keep the flow of people moving forward and to avoid an upset guest, you may have to let a smaller than capacity group of skiers or riders load onto the chair. Top station. The top station ramps need to be cared for in the same manner as the bottom ramps. This means wide enough, high enough, and slightly sloped away from the moving lift. This will help the guests glide away from the lift without much effort. Lift signs. Each lift has a large sign at the loading station, the name of the lift, and the type of terrain it serves, the skier and rider responsibility code, and a clock. If there is no clock located on the sign, there should be one in the window of the lift shack, displaying the correct time for our guests to easily see. Magic carpet. Everyone remembers rope tows. Well, now we have magic carpets. Once the main power is turned on, all you need to do is make sure the snow trays on top and bottom are empty, and push in the start button. Throughout the day, you will need to empty the snow trays. And don't worry, if someone gets their pole caught in the end of the carpet, there is a built-in safety to shut it off. All you have to do is make sure that the pole is out of the way, and then push in the start button. Should the need arise to stop the carpet, just push one of the red stop buttons. End of the day. At closing, there are certain things that need to be done before we can leave for the day. This includes flipping up all the seat pads, preparing the ramps for the next day, breaking the maze and storing it neatly along the side of the lift shack, and putting away all the signs that were installed at opening. Remember, your supervisors are here to help, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you for watching and listening. This is just one part of the training you will receive. You will also be given a handbook to read and reference back from time to time. Every day will be a learning experience. We hope this video, along with your handbook and all the help your supervisors are here to give you, will make your employee experience at Mountain Creek one that you will remember. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you on the snow.